This is something that needs to be pointed out. Patty Mayo is fake, and it's getting irritating that all these 9-year-olds that shouldn't be on YouTube in the first place are commenting that he's real. One thing for sure, he loses his cool way too easily to be an actual law enforcement officer. He uses very unprofessional tactics. Even I'm not a cop. I can tell how unprofessional his tactics are. You don't go right in front of your driver with a Glock like this, going like a Glock right in front of his face, because you could accidentally very well slip the gun and it could shoot him in the head or somewhere on him, which could kill him, especially in the face area. It's very unprofessional. Just go, hey, Patty, just watch out for my Glock, okay? I'm trying to horribly aim at this person. The thing is that everything I see it looks unprofessional. That's it. But he claims there's only one time he's claimed he's an actor. There's no other time he's claimed he's an actor, not even in his videos or in his description of his videos. He doesn't even say, there's no disclaimers, no anything saying this is fake or real or not, which it's obviously fake. Shocker. So, here's a video from Officer 401. I'm going to play this. And this is something that's very factual. I find very factual about what he talks about. And there are a lot of some swear words, but some are kind of iffy, but it's still educational purposes. But here you go.
There were a few people that were offended by something I said in my last video, so I wanted to take the opportunity to apologize. I'm sorry. Sorry that you're so easily triggered. You don't have a sense of humor, you pricks.
Okay, that was actually kind of funny.
Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. I'm finally feeling better. You guys have been asking me repeatedly to do a video on Patty Mayo. First and foremost, I had to do some research on Patty Mayo. A bunch of you guys have recommended me watch his videos. I watched a couple episodes. It was a while ago now, and I wasn't interested. So in order to do this video, I had to watch a couple of his videos. But the first and foremost biggest thing I want to tell you guys is Donut Operator did a fantastic 10-minute video.
That's the next video we're going to be watching, right?
On Patty Mayo.
Where
I'm actually going to put a link to his video in the description, so I felt it was appropriate to give him credit. He really went all out to do his research and find out more about Patty Mayo. And he was good about connecting the dots with everything. So first and most importantly, I have to give Patty Mayo credit. He knows how to market his YouTube channel, and it has exploded exponentially. Whatever he's doing is working for him, and that is fantastic. And from the few episodes that I've seen, the camera work is really good, the editing is good, and overall it seems interesting. It's entertaining. That's about where my interest stops, and I personally don't watch him. If you're a teenager and you're like wanting to be a cop when you're older, I can see where his videos would be motivational. But one thing I want to keep in mind and remind you guys is that what his show depicts is not real law enforcement. There's two things that concern me with Patty Mayo. Number one is, of course, the fact that Patty Mayo is not a police officer. The second thing that concerns me is how he presents himself in front of the public. Not just the people around him, but obviously millions of people on YouTube. The way he unprofessionally screams at people that he's supposedly locking up or taking to jail is not something any officer should be doing. That breaks just about every moral in our handbook. In real life, if I was to start screaming at people through the back of my window and calling them assholes, I would probably have a write-up waiting for me. I think we call that conduct unbecoming of an officer. And I'll be the first to admit, guys, there have been times where I have lost my cool. I have called people dumbass. I've called people other names in frustration. But I don't stand there in front of a camera crew or a group of people and scream at somebody through the back of my window either. Even without the camera crew and the group of people, I don't scream at people in my car. But the few times I've done it, there's a time and a place for that. And it's not when somebody's handcuffed in the back of your car. Another thing I want to point out, and The fact that I just made that statement might seem hypocritical because I have very crude humor on my channel. I get that. Of all the cop channels on YouTube, by far mine and probably Donut Operators are the least politically correct. So sometimes that can be misconstrued as unprofessional. But my channel is here for education and entertainment. Part of entertainment is connecting with your audience. Connecting with your audience sometimes means crude humor. But I am not claiming to be anything I'm not. I really am a police officer. I have a work history to prove it, and I have my law enforcement certification to back it up. Again, my channel is for education and entertainment to be intertwined together. But the crude humor that I use on this channel is not something I would say while I'm in uniform on duty. I do think that Patty Mayo's videos have the potential to be very entertaining to people that aren't necessarily really familiar with law enforcement or how it all works. I think the situations that he gets into are way over dramatized, but that's perfect. For video, it's perfect. But as a police officer with over a decade of experience, watching Patty Mayo, he seems more like an unprofessional cowboy than he does a law enforcement officer. Patty Mayo would be the type of officer on your shift that nobody wants to associate with because you don't want to end up in federal court when he eventually goes there. Because officers like him do end up in federal court eventually for violating somebody's rights. And every department has that cowboy that wants to get into everything they can. And then they usually expect other people in their shift to help them out with that extra work they created, which means more paperwork. But to me, Patty Mayo is that prime example of that just overly eager cop, that rookie cop that rides that fine line on whether or not he actually has probable cause. You know, on the other hand, Patty Mayo and I do have something in common. When I was young and before I was a cop, I also had police lights on my car illegally. But the biggest thing I want you guys to take from this video is the fact that Patty Mayo's channel is for entertainment purposes. Okay, it's not a documentary. Nothing about it. He never claims anything is factual. And Donut actually went to the extent of looking into this, and there's like some casting website where you can sign up to be on his show or something. I don't want to misquote Donut. He did a really good video, and again, I really want you guys to check it out. If you're watching this, either you already have seen his video or you will enjoy his video. But Patty Mayo makes money to film things like I do. YouTube is no different than, say, TV stations when it comes to ratings. You get paid based on views and advertisements. So me personally, I have no doubt that the majority of his show, if not all of it, is probably scripted. It's probably scripted, very well rehearsed, and there's probably a lot of waivers signed considering how much physical activity is on the show. So if anybody gets hurt, nobody can sue them. And I say probably because I'm not there to watch the filming. So I can't say without a shadow of a doubt. The other problem I had when it comes to Patty Mayo, he is very much one of those stereotypical tactical guys. What I mean by that is him and the other people on his show that are on his team, they are always dressed out in the most perfect tactical gear. Never any dirt, never any scratches or scruffs on his gear, and it's way overdone. But the worst part is, they don't know how to use their gear. The last episode I watched, his partner in the passenger seat was literally with one hand pointing his Glock out the driver's side window near Patty's face. Let me catch an officer pointing his service weapon 3 inches from my face, and we'll see what happens. Between sweeping his partner with his gun and awkwardly holding it in one hand when he's not even pointing at the target, it's very obvious that these guys have no formal training. And if they do, it went right out the window. But again, it's all about the views and the ratings. Most people watching the show that have no law enforcement experience are not going to catch those type of discrepancies. Hell, even when I watch Cops, which is an actual real police show, cops always judge other cops. So like when I watch Cops, I'm picking everything apart that they're doing wrong. It's very easy to Monday morning quarterback. But after doing this job for so long, you notice officer safety issues. You notice discrepancies in what they're doing. But as a veteran officer with almost 11 years of experience and 4.5 of those years on an actual SWAT team, I'm calling bullshit on Patty Mayo. That's my opinion. And as far as the tactical stuff, guys, the biggest thing to remember about anything tactical is what's between your ears. It has nothing to do with the gear you have. There are some pieces of gear that are better suited for certain scenarios than others, but tactical is what's in your mind. Thinking, planning, and executing successfully, that is tactical. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I was excited to get this out to you guys. A lot of you have been requesting me do something.
All right. Just one thing that shows of a lot of evidence how much he's a fake. There's another one made by an operator. This is the next one we're watching. I am just watching that video. I find it funny him, Officer 401, makes it kind of funny, but also it's very upsetting. Anyways.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to, I guess you could say, Spoiled Mayo Episode 2. So why did this one take so long? I can tell you that it's not because Patty Mayo threatened me with legal action, saying that I was putting his team in danger. I really just said what I needed to say. I think I proved my point, and he said, hey, you made a lot of false assumptions and said a bunch of stuff that was wrong. And I said, Patty, tell me what I said wrong, and I will absolutely correct myself. And he just never said anything to me again. So, Patty, if you're watching this and I make any false statements, just let me know, and I'll make a whole new video correcting myself. With that being said, I don't not like Patty. I respect his hustle, honestly. He's gotten like 3 million subs in the past year, and the pineapple guy thing was funny. It was really funny.
Don't tase me. That shit just stains. My safe word is pineapple.
I mean, that alone got like a billion
safe word is pineapples.
Really skyrocketed his channel to 4-point-something million subs. When I made Spoiled Mayo episode 1, he had less than 1 million subs. I never planned on making another episode again until some things started popping up on Twitter. I've been very busy over the past 6 months. I can barely contain myself. The season premiere is sooner than you think. Hashtag DBSO. And then in his background, he's got him with a sheriff's vest on. He's walking towards his cruiser there. First and foremost, if you watch his content, cool. He can be pretty entertaining. He's got the formula down. He's obviously doing something right with the tremendous amount of growth that his channel has had. The thing that bothers me about this whole new show that he's running is that he has 4 million subs, most of whom are impressionable young teenagers, and he doesn't tell anyone that he's not really a cop.
I'm just going to stop right there. That's a lot of California patches, and all of a bunch of other areas. I see a CHP patch. I don't know if all of them are California. I think that one's the star on the top. Might be the last star on the top. Might also be California. I'm not sure, but that's gonna go.
Problem for me and for all of law enforcement, because he doesn't conduct himself professionally as a law enforcement officer, and a lot of those young impressionable teenagers are going to look at his videos and say, oh, that's how a cop acts. Since he released his new video the other day for his new series, the BDSO, I probably
okay. Okay. This is probably, now I think about this is probably why, my God. Crap, I have to... This is probably why he thinks all teens think, oh, officers are such horrible people. It's because of this idiot called Patty Mayo. Alright? This is probably exactly what's happening here. Because this guy, Patty Mayo, thinks he's so cool and stuff, and he thinks he can do all this stuff. He makes officers look bad.
300 or 400 people send me messages on Twitter like, look at this, you need to do a video about it. There it is. So the pictures started popping up, and I asked myself, along with a few other officers who I know, who would give old Patty Flag My Partner Mayo a badge? Thus, the research began, and I have come to the assumption, I'm guessing, that he's not a police officer. Well, let's start with DBSO. What does it stand for? Patty is California-based. Public records show this, and even says in his channel description. His partner, Zach Holman, on all the bounty hunter stuff, is a stringer based in California. He actually had a Netflix special called Shot in the Dark that received reviews like the most tasteless show of 2017, and Shot in the Dark, pure, undiluted rubbernecking, feeding on human misery. We're getting off topic. DBSO, DBSO, not the BDSM Police Department, you dirty birdies. Let's start with California and the surrounding states. There's no BDSO. Well, there's one in New Mexico, and they only have like 5 officers, and I talked to them. He doesn't work for them. There's no BDSO in Nevada, Washington, Arizona, or Oregon. On both sides of his patrol vehicle, you can see a little sticker that says accreditation. Well, this is a CLIA Law Enforcement Accreditation sticker. It stands for the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies. They do all these checks and audits, and if you follow their standards, then it's harder for people to sue your agency. Well, there's only one sheriff's department in all of California that holds this accreditation, and that's the Alameda County Sheriff's Office. There is no DBSO with a CLIA accreditation in all of California. There is a Diamond Bar agency in California, DBSO, But that's actually just a substation of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office, and he's definitely not a part of that. I called and verified that too. Moving along to the video, let's break it down a little bit. A few seconds in, they find a car with expired tags to pull over, run it through control, and initiate a traffic stop. Oh no, Patty doesn't have a dash cam.
Control 420.
420 go.
His badge number is 420. Come on, guys. Okay, so the car that they pull over is an Oregon plate. So hey, maybe Patty commutes to Oregon.
Oh my god. What?
For his sheriff's deputy job. But then why didn't he say that it was an Oregon tag when he ran it through dispatch?
Remy tag, X-ray, Delta, Kilo, 154.
Which just kind of goes back to my earlier argument of there is not a DBSO in Oregon. And the only CLIA accredited sheriff's department in Oregon is the Washington County Sheriff's Department. So now we have an initial approach to the vehicle.
How you doing, sir? Deputy Mayo with the Sheriff's Department. Do you have your driver's license and proof of insurance registration for me?
I'm Deputy Mayo with the Sheriff's Department. Unless he's recently changed his name legally to Mayo, I don't see any department allowing somebody to give out a nickname. I just want to throw out there, too, that there's no patch on his vest. There's no name tag. There's not even DBSO on it. Another thing I want to point out is, according to Article 7 of the California Legislature for emergency vehicle lights, they are required to have at least one steady burning red warning lamp, which this police car does not. At 9:22, guy doesn't give consent to search, and it looks like he gets agitated when Patty puts a hand in his pocket. A fight breaks out. Patty says, "Hands on, hands on." I've never heard anyone personally say hands on, and the partner gingerly strolls over to the fight. One important point I'd like to bring up about this part is the lack of radio traffic. Well, not just here, honestly. The video is 43 minutes long, and they're the only people on the radio the entire time.
We can't go through control, I'm fighting.
Can't go through my pocket.
Get off the vehicle.
Can't go through my pocket.
He's fighting someone, and his voice is a little different. He says, "I'm fighting," over the radio. You don't hear anyone else respond. If an officer hears another officer fighting, especially coming over the radio and saying, "I'm fighting," then you're gonna get some response. You're probably gonna hear something along the lines of, "Control 69 en route 420, code 3. Somebody's going to radio that they're coming to help you, so you know that's coming. So they gently set Billy on the ground. Teresa starts acting a fool too. They gently set her on the ground. Teresa and Billy are arrested for resisting arrest, and they're placed into the back of the patrol car. They're put in the cage. By the way, while we're talking about it, I can't find Teresa or Billy in any arrest database. So Patty places them in the back of the patrol car, and then he argues with them for a while. You don't argue with people you're arresting like that. You definitely don't say things like this.
I will choke you out with your sweatshirt if you don't stop.
Yeah.
Smart up. No, you're smart enough to up before I start slamming shit on you. I will show you my fucking taser. You pull away from me again, but y'all being dumbasses, and I'm not buying any of it.
That's why your car's getting towed tonight. It's just asphalt tax.
Next time you get pulled over by the police, don't act like a dickhead, right?
Honestly, I'm not going to analyze the entire video. We're not going to sit here and do this because
Excuse me, what the fuck?
Waste of time for me. I saw the whole video. I just wanted to point out some of the bigger things I noticed. By the way, spoiler here, backup never shows up. Another thing that I kind of want to point out is that he's still releasing bounty hunter videos. I don't know of any agency in this country that would allow someone to moonlight as a bounty hunter while they are fully employed as a sheriff's deputy. There's so much conflict of interest and liability there. Something else that's kind of bothering me is that Patty would definitely be a rookie police officer at this point, but he's driving around in an unmarked vehicle. They're allowing him to have a camera crew with him, and he's telling his partner what to do.
Yeah. Search her. I ain't got shit. Search her shoes. Sit her up. Want to stand her up, put her in the car?
Speaking of his partner, the guy that's listed in the description of this video, you pop over to his partner's Instagram, you see that they have a badass little mobile off-road coffee shop going. It's really cool. You can also see that his partner's name is Byron Lesick, which sounded kind of familiar to me, and if you look in the description of the video, you can also see Patty shouting out, "Hey, Jared." Jared's last name is Lesick. So his partner and the other guy shouting out in the video, I think it's his cameraman. That's speculation. Are brothers. Patty, Jared, and Byron are all paramotor enthusiasts. That's where you put the big fan on your back and you get the parachute and fly around. Byron are all...
I'm gonna go back real quick.
I think it's his cameraman. That's speculation. Are brothers. Patty, Jared, and Byron are all paramotor enthusiasts. That's where you put the big fan on your back and you get the parachute and fly around. Looks really cool. I'd like to try it sometime. I'm guessing more speculation here. Research speculation. That's how they all met. Byron, Patty's partner in this video, even has an old YouTube channel where you can see him flying his little paramotor thing around. While searching around on Google using Patty's name and paramotor, I happened to come across an article from 2012 in Massachusetts where a guy named Patrick Tarmy was arrested for disorderly conduct because he was flying around a paramotor on 9/11, and it freaked a bunch of people out. Paramotors weren't very big in 2012, apparently, and so people saw this guy on the paramotor flying around above them on 9/11, and they got a little worried, and they called the police. The charges against Patrick Tarmy ended up being dismissed after he paid a $50 fine. Doing a little bit more research on Google, I saw that a company and website called Tarmy Corps had Patty listed as the executive producer. I don't know. It could be a weird coincidence. Stay with me here. Another weird coincidence that I came across online is a Byron Leasick and a Jared Leasick being named in a civil suit against them by the SEC for running some kind of stock scam, and they were ordered to pay back almost $195,000. My point behind this article is I don't really see any agency, if it's the same guy, hiring someone after they were involved in a big stock scam, moral turpitude and all. As I said, that could just be a weird coincidence too, but Byron Leasick and Jared Leasick being listed in the description of Patty's video, and then both those names, not saying it's them, those names being together in a litigation for some kind of stock scam, it's just, it set off some red flags in my head.
What do you think is a TV show?
Yes, I do. Anyway, I don't think it's a cop. Well, that's all I have for you fine people today. As I said, I'm not creating this video to throw shade at Patty or anything. I mean, he's got some entertaining stuff going on. It's not my cup of tea, but I just don't think it's right doing all that and not telling people you're really not a cop. Everyone, if you want to help support this channel, you can do so at patreon.com/donutoperator. You can head on over to twitch.tv/donutoperator and subscribe using Amazon Prime, or you can hit up donutoperator.com for some super sweet merch. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.
Next video. Alright. Let's see this. Unit 88. Okay. That's a good intro. That's a really good intro.
Okay, Lisa, I believe that you might be under the influence of alcohol right now. Have you had anything to drink tonight?
No, I totally work tomorrow.
Okay, well, based on your driving behavior and based on the fact that I smell alcohol on your person, I believe you may be intoxicated. Are you willing to submit to a field sobriety test?
To a field sobriety test.
I'm going to have you do several tests to determine that you're capable of driving.
It's cold out here.
Yes, ma'am, it is. And it's not going to have any effect on this test.
It's cold out there. It's going to be her defense as of right now. She's still waving her arms uncontrollably. Way too close to him for her to be acting like that. But for some reason, he feels comfortable. His supervisor feels comfortable. So be it. Still waving her arms.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. Okay, you said you've been arrested for a DUI before, correct? So you understand how this goes? I'm going to explain it to you.
What you want me to do?
I'm going to explain it to you. Let's step over here into some level ground. Right in this black pavement here. Right on over here. Then walk over here for me. Stop right there. Look at me. Listen and watch what I do before you do anything. Don't say anything. Let me explain it to you in full. If you have any questions, ask your questions at the end. Do you understand? You understand what I'm telling you?
Fine.
Okay. What I want you to do is you're going to take 9 heel-toe steps in a straight line. You're going to turn around and you're going to take 9 heel-toe steps in a straight line all the way back. I'm going to demonstrate that to you right now. As you're taking your heel-to-toe steps, you're going to count out loud.
No. This is not how you demonstrate the walk and turn. And for his supervisor to be standing behind him, there's no way. No. I am comfortable now saying that that is not his supervisor. They are not real deputies. This is not how you demonstrate this. These are standard. There are certain ways. You have to say it the exact way every time. You have to demonstrate it the exact way you want to perform it. What Patty's doing is holding a flashlight, shining it down at his feet. It doesn't even like he's hitting heel to toe, and he just walks on. You should have the subject in the position ready. You want that subject to line up, left foot on the line, the right heel up against the left toes, arms down to your side. Then the officer demonstrates it. Keep that subject in that position. Tell him, do not move until I tell you to do so. Then the officer walks, takes about 3 steps, takes a series of small steps, walks back, asks, do you understand now? Then he has the subject. He's allowing her just to stand there, continue looking around, waving her arms everywhere. This is not how you do this.
One, two, 3,
Heel to toe.
5, 6.
To 9.
6.
You're going to go all the way to 9, turn around, and do the same thing in reverse.
7, 8, 9. You want me to walk backwards?
I want you to walk forwards in the opposite direction.
I'm not even going to watch anymore. I'm comfortable saying Patty Mayo is not a real deputy.
Me too. Now, here's another thing. This is not a video. The last one was also going to be a video. I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Last one's going to be a website. I'm going to put some disclosure on this website. This website is a Oregon Sheriff's website. So I'm going to show that real quick. This explains a lot of stuff about him. So, ready? Here we go. Comments. Okay, YouTuber Patty Mayo, not affiliated with Oregon Sheriff's offices. We are aware of the YouTuber Patty Mayo and his activities. The Deschutes County Mr. Mayo is not a member of law enforcement, nor affiliated with any sheriff's office in Oregon. Affiliated in any way with sheriff's office in Oregon. He is an actor in a uniform. Let's see here. He is an actor, and the uniform he wears is a costume. That additionally, everyone in his videos are a part of his production crew or paid actors/actresses. Deschutes County Sheriff's Office has met with Mr. Mayo and advised him filming his videos in public locations cannot continue without proper security permits. If needed, the road closures. Deschutes County Sheriff's Office has also expressed their concern and strongly encouraged him and other actors to not be in public locations in their costumes. I can see this because it really looks like police impersonation, which police impersonation in most states is a felony. I don't know any state that it actually is legal or not a felony, because it's a huge charge in the first place, because it's you're pretending to be someone who's supposed to be protecting and serving. All right, next. Oregon law is specific on what constitutes impersonating a police officer, and making YouTube videos with paid actors does not violate the law. Oregon State Sheriff's Association and Deschutes County Sheriff's Office will continue to review and monitor his activities in the Deschutes County for compliance with Oregon laws. With that being said, here are some comments that have been left out if you want to go to the website. Now, this is under shop. I just realized that. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay. Now, saying this, seeing this website, it's very, and in fact, it's a sheriff's website. It's very convincing this guy is a fake. There's another thing that would just show smack it on there like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Well, mayonnaise instead of jelly. So, that made me gag. Sorry if I made you guys gag, but it's this one video. My mouse is rolling across right now. Kind of not really, but this one right here just shows very well how fake he is. So ready? This is the final video we're gonna be watching, and this is the final video we're gonna have to see before I turn this off. But what is a 30-minute video already? There's no way this guy is real, and there's no doubt about it. So here you go. This is the final video. And this shows, and the frame rate is very bad in this video, but it's still very educational. It shows a lot of stuff that is very true. And here we go.
May have seen a group of people in Central Oregon representing the Dutch Barry Sheriff's Office. It's
Dutch
not
Barry.
law enforcement. Max Goldwasser
So first
is
they
here to explain what's going on there, Max.
First things first, they say something about the sheriff's office. And now they're doing Dutch Barry Sheriff's Office. What the hell?
Lee, the Dutch Barry Sheriff's Office, or DBSO, is completely made up. It's all for a Central Oregon man's law enforcement show on YouTube.
Control 10X, send him code 20.
The YouTube account is called Patty Mayo, and it has 4.7 million subscribers. The show follows around the DBSO as they catch criminals. The people you see are all paid actors, but it's meant to look like reality television. There's no disclaimer that says it's fictional, and there are no film credits.
Reality
Under each
television.
video, the description does say it's not intended for training, education, or other purposes. But with the sheriff's vest and badge, won't people think they're real law enforcement?
Hold on.
Someone will say, "Oh, hey, thanks for your service."
I noticed the DBSO little insignia
sheriff's officers.
on the top of his vest. I've never seen any. Okay, I'm gonna go back because you want to hear that real quick. Okay, I've never seen any department with a badge insignia or an insignia of their department, which on their vest. Usually it's on their collar, on both their collars, right here, on their uniform, not their vest. I've never seen one officer ever with a department insignia on their vest, on their shoulder. And I'm looking at this badge. That badge is poorly made. If this is a real department and the people who made this badge gave this to them, that would be a huge issue. This badge is extremely poorly made. But another thing. Heck? I've never seen one department have a thin blue line on their vest. I don't know if there's some departments, but really, that's not right. And where the sheriff's on the back of his vest, there's no thing saying DBSO or Dutch Barry Sheriff's Office, which is completely fake, as he just said, but that doesn't seem right. Also, I just noticed. No, that's right. All right, never mind. But the fact, it's weird. It's not right.
Won't people think they're real law enforcement?
Okay, hold on. Hold your boats. I've never seen one department have a patch that has P. Mayo. Like, most departments would have their real name, not a nickname. Mayo is a nickname for Patty, which is Patrick. which don't know his last name, but shockingly, I forgot his last name this fast. But the thing is, it shows how fake he is. No department would allow them to use a nickname or even put a nickname on their vest. And like I said, it's the Thin Blue Line. I'm not sure if the Thin Blue Line flag, but there's so many protocols. Hold on. So many protocols being broken. Here, Chloe. Alright. So many protocols being broken in this. I would know I've been in a police car, in the front of a police car. I've never been in the back. Ever. And if I've been in the back, it's not because I've been arrested, it's because there's 2 officers in the front. And because we're doing something because my parents are part of the sheriff's office. I'm doing something very important, Chloe. But here, there's another thing. So let's watch this real quick.
Someone will say, oh, hey, thanks for your service. And we say, oh, no, we're here for production. We're not sheriff's officers. The intent is to create production. It's not to commit a crime. And so that's why before we even purchased the cars for the show or any equipment, we sat down with the police department and said, this is what we'd like to do. What do you think?
To try and avoid any confusion, people on the production team wear these bright yellow vests that say film crew. And if anyone happens to be walking by during a shoot, there is a dedicated member of the crew to go tell that person exactly what's going on. Sergeant Bailey said Mayo wants to have a good relationship with the Central Oregon law enforcement to avoid any problems.
He's been very good about calling in to dispatch and communicating with law enforcement on the date and time that he is going to be making a video, letting us know where and when he is doing these videos so that we don't have a situation where we have a real cop showing up at a fake law enforcement scenario, just so there's no misunderstandings, because we don't want anyone to get hurt.
The Deschutes County Sheriff's Office did say someone in Redmond has expressed their concerns about Mayo's tapings, but Sergeant Bailey said Mayo has never represented himself as a real law enforcement officer and therefore is not...
Never has represented... Watch all his videos, dude. All his videos show him as either a bounty hunter or a Deschutes or this quote unquote Duxbury Sheriff's deputy. Oh my God.
Not breaking any laws. In the control room, Max School, Officer News Channel 21.
All right. Oh my God. If you don't believe me now, I want you to watch this clip 5 times over. If you think this is anywhere near real, that'd be it. You 9-year-old pricks. It's fake as possible. But that's all I'm going to say here. I hope you all have a nice day. I hope you all realize this idiot is a faker. Anyways, I hope you guys have a nice day.